Good morning, good morning. It has been the best morning of the week, at least for me so far. The energy's at an all-time high. By the way, y'all need to go back and listen to some old school T.I. in case you were wondering. Do that, you're welcome. Hey, you could be watching any show. You're hanging out with us. It is Wednesday? Wednesday. It's a beautiful Wednesday. Beautiful Wednesday. Y'all could be watching any show. You're kicking it. We don't take that for granted. It's a facility. If it's your first time watching, hopefully we provide the laughs, the vibes, all the things. On the far end, that's Super Bowl champ James Jones. James, how you feeling, big dog?
I feel good, man. Look like y'all feel good. We feel good. We're gonna have a good show.
Gonna have a great show. Quarterback.
The
drive in this morning wasn't bad.
I'm motivated.
Motivated.
There we go.
Motivated. A small omen. You see Shady McCoy. What up, Tuva? Bang.
You already know. Hey, look. Real talk. If you on a high, yo, and you don't got Joe Burrow's jersey on, if you don't got your boy Chase jersey on, if you don't got Miles Garrett jersey on, you better have Shedeur Sanders jersey on, because I got one.
Where ours at, dog?
Hey, now hold up. Now, y'all saying he might not make the team, so I'm waiting to make the team first, and I'm gonna give y'all jerseys. You know what I mean? Because I want y'all to have the best takes on TV. So when he make the team, I'm gonna get the whole studio Shedeur Sanders jerseys. And he's starting in week 1.
Yeah. There's a reason Shady's wearing a Shedeur jersey. He might be starting week 1. We're starting with it today. Put the smiles on your faces, people. It's going to be a good show. Shedeur Sanders back in action. The reason we're talking about it is not just to bore you, but Shedeur Sanders, he actually got a chance to speak. Rookie Dylan Gabriel, he's been taking the first team reps while Shedeur has been working with the backup. But Shedeur does not seem too bothered by it. Shedeur speaking out for one of the first times in a long time. Here's Shedeur.
Life is just based on how you view different things. So you could view things as you're not getting reps in a negative way, or you could view it as, okay, when it's my time to get out there, let's be proactive and let's get warm, let's get going, so there's no excuses. Because when you get out there, nobody cares how many reps you got. Whenever you get in the game, nobody cares if you took a snap before. You know, like everybody cares about production. So that's the main thing. When you get out there, you got to be able to produce.
Shady McCoy, the one and only. Hey, talk to me, big dog. Shedeur Sanders, starting week 1. That's the conversation that people are starting to have. Yeah. But Shedeur, even hearing him, he's like, look, I'm just trying to make the most of my opportunity when the reps arise. Shady, would it be a bad thing, actually, if Shedeur Sanders were to somehow find a way to start week 1?
Wait, hold up. Would it be a bad thing for Shedeur Sanders to start week 1?
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Do we compete in the NFL?
We do.
When's it ever been cool to not want to start?
That's not what I asked you.
Man,
listen, to start.
Listen, yeah.
That's not what I asked.
Everybody should want to start. That's why we play the game.
But is it a bad thing?
Man, listen, I'll say it like this respectfully.
They respect you.
I want this brother to start. If you ask him, do you want to start? He's going to say, yes, I want to start. It'd be a great thing for him. You know, either Andy Reid has the rule of he likes his rookies to watch a year or two to learn. Okay, cool. Who I'm learning from? Learning from Kenny Pickett? He's kind of young like I am. He had a lot of struggles. He's kind of getting there. I'm going to learn from Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco taught me something last year, that football in the NFL has an age limit. And he's too old to be playing. Unless you kind of good, which he's not. Right? Last year with the Colts, that was terrible. Was it not?
That was not good.
Not good.
Okay. So I can't learn from that. But what I can learn from is going out there getting live bullets. Going out there facing a real elite pass rush. Going out there and seeing if his man is his own. That's how you can learn. It's Shedeur Sanders, man. I think the way he talks, you can tell he comes from a place of, I've been here before. It's called adversity. Yeah, I went to Jackson State. Nobody knew much of Jackson State. I'm going to change that thing around. Cool, I'm going to go to Colorado. Yeah, it's tough there. Nobody talks about Colorado. I know they won one game before we got there, but when I left, they had talked about team. So he's been there. That's why I said I don't care about the reps. Eventually, they're going to see because people know. And I was a rookie before. I remember when I got to the league, you know, they had Brian Westbrook as a starter, who was phenomenal.
Yeah.
But the backup wasn't me. The backup was Lorenzo Booker. He was like a great player, all at Florida State. Yeah. And I look at the coach like, come on, man. You disrespecting me.
Yeah.
You got him in front of me? Because he been here before. Okay, cool. You know, I ain't worried about the reps, because once I start practicing and playing on the third team, on the second team, y'all gonna see how good I am.
Time to go to work.
And guess what, James Jones?
Yeah.
After that second preseason game, he was getting me water.
Hello.
Yeah, let me get that water, dog. Yeah, I know you've been here for a couple years. Give me that water, though, homie. Yeah.
All decade.
You see what I'm saying? And then everything changed. So this is a good thing for Shedeur. I think he should be a starter. All the reports I got, back in Cleveland from coaches, from players, from elite players, is that Shedeur is the most talented quarterback out there. Now, he has to learn the playbook a little bit better. That's what rookies all have to go through. But once you get there, man, and you are the best player, and they give you that starting role, the coach will do a great job of simplifying the offense for you so you get it at a fast pace. I tell you what, y'all better get these number 12 jerseys right now.
Get them while they're hot.
Selling out.
Get them while they're hot.
They will not be available this season. I'm telling you right now.
Shady said a lot of good things right there. He said a lot of good things. Should Shedeur want to start week one? Obviously, 1,000%. Anybody should want to start week one. But would starting week one for Shedeur actually be a bad thing? 1,000%. Shady knows Andy Reid personally. Chase knows Andy Reid personally. I know Andy Reid loosely. They recruited me coming out of college. They were going to draft me potentially. Andy Reid came on a show previously that we were a part of, me, Shady, James Jones, and Andy Reid said, I never want my rookie quarterbacks to start right away. I never do. Because he wants that incubation period for them to develop to actually last longer. He's like, I don't want my rookie quarterbacks to start right away. There's a reason the last 8 MVP awards have gone to quarterbacks that didn't start week one. Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady. There's a reason the last 8 MVP awards went to quarterbacks who did not start week one. You got to go back to 2016 Matt Ryan to find an MVP that started week one, in large part because when you start as a rookie and when you start week one, you're not ready mentally, you're probably not ready physically, and you're definitely not ready emotionally. But you do not get to return all of the damage that you incur by playing week one. You don't get to return it. All them picks you throw, you don't get to just forget about them. All them bad sacks you take, you don't just forget to erase them. All of the damage that you incur by starting week one, you don't get to just get rid of it because it happened to you, the actual player. So rookie quarterbacks who have to start right away, oftentimes so much stuff happens to them that they don't just get to forget about. Ask Caleb Williams. Should Shedeur want to start week one? Beyond the shadow of a doubt. We all did sitting up here at this desk. Same thing with as a true freshman in college. You want to start, but anybody that had to actually start as a true freshman in college, you understand, oh, snap, I probably should have chilled for a little bit. This is bigger than me. And what I love about what Shedeur said in his interviews yesterday is he kind of realized that. He's like, hey, when my number's called, I'm going to be ready. In the interim, I'm going to learn. And the other thing that what we've heard from Shady, what we've heard from Shady sources, what we've heard out of Cleveland, he has the most talent. It's a matter of picking up the playbook. That takes time. His talent, that's never been the issue. That's not going to be the issue. But starting week one means you better know the playbook week one. And the only thing right now where Shedeur is still working on getting better is his grasping of the playbook, which is going to take more time. I don't think starting week one for him would actually be a good thing, though he should want to.
I just want to ask you a question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Left side of that. So whatever happens to, like, if the best player should play, the best player should start. If he shows he's the best player, right, why shouldn't he start? Because he's a rookie? Because Kenny Pickett is with a new offense, right? It's a new offense for him. Gabriel, it's a new offense for him, too. And if Joe Flacco, I don't think he makes the team. I've seen enough of him to know that he's a little older. But I'm saying, like, so if he's the best player and we all got to learn the offense, why can't I start?
Really good question. My thought
Because Andy Reid, that's different. That's different, right?
My thought process would be thinking long term, right? Not necessarily, like, even if he starts right now, I don't think they're going to win a lot of games. But
even if the other dudes start, they're not going to win a lot of games.
1,000% correct. But what I don't want to do is ruin Shedeur Sanders by starting him too soon, having him struggle too soon, and now Shedeur thinks he's bad. Because at the end of the day, regardless of how good Shedeur is, and I do think he's good, he's human. So what I wouldn't want is Shedeur to start right away, have 4 touchdowns and 9 interceptions, and they start 1-5, and now all of a sudden Shedeur's like, dang, am I really like that? As opposed to
Shedeur Sanders going to think that?
I just think he's human. I just think you're one of the most confident people in the world. But I remember you told me there was a period in time where Deuce had to tell you, Shady, you Shady McCoy. And you might be the most confident person I've ever met. And even you, Shady McCoy, told me that Deuce had to say, hey, remember who you are, big dog. Like, remember, you one of them ones. Remember that story you told me back in the gap? And you're definitely more confident than me. Yeah. And you might not be as confident as Shedeur, but I do know some confident brothers that y'all are still human. You're still human, still walking in this flesh.
I'll let you go. I just think the way that Deion's raised him and how his confidence is, right, that was one of his downfalls. He was too confident, people said, right? I don't see him having them type of moments.
That's fair.
When you like that and you know you good, no matter how you may play.
Yeah, I get what both of you guys are saying. Acho, you're up here talking about MVPs. We're talking about a 4th on the depth chart quarterback right now. Let's cool the brakes on that. But if you're Shedeur, okay, it is not a bad thing, in my opinion. Because if you're Shedeur, you are confident, you are trying to prove the world wrong. You've been knocked down from what you said, what people said, hey, you were a top 1 or 2 quarterback, right? As a competitor, I get it, man. You want to go out there and play. You have a job. You want to prove everyone wrong. You want to do this and that. Tell me the last good quarterback to come out of Cleveland in a long, long time. And I don't want to say it's where quarterbacks go to die because Baker was able to resurrect his career, but you are dealing with an uphill battle, especially as a rookie. So from Shedeur's standpoint, no. From a franchise standpoint, if I'm running the franchise and I'm trying to determine if he's the long-term answer at the most important position in all of sports, then, yeah, it is a bad thing. It is a bad thing, absolutely. From a franchise standpoint, you know you're not going to win. I mean, I say that. Every franchise thinks they're going to win the Super Bowl at this point in the day, right? But realistically speaking, I don't know if you are going to win 5 to 7 games, regardless of who's the quarterback. If you're Shedeur, you don't know what you don't know, meaning it is very, very difficult to play quarterback in the NFL. And there can be, and I've been teammates with some guys who have had scars from playing too early. And whether it's confidence issue, whether it's a coaching issue, whether it's this, that, or another, I don't know if this is the best place early in his career to be successful as a quarterback. Not to say that in a couple years from now he can't be a franchise quarterback. I prefer that he waits 5, 6 weeks and he's not the guy that starts. Because if he starts and you don't play well enough and you're trying to say keep your job, if you're Stefanski or whatever, there's 3 other guys that they can put in above you. But if you're a guy who's coming in bye week, say week 10, that means they probably played 1 or 2 other guys, and you can give the city and the franchise maybe a little bit of hope. Like, oh, man, like, stands, they're full, man. Shedeur's starting. Like, I know we're not in the playoffs, but, man, we got a chance to see Shedeur for 6 games to see if he can prove to the franchise he is the franchise guy. So it's an issue. As a competitor, I'm with Shady 100%. With you, I'm with it 100%. If you're the franchise, though, you got to really think, like, hold on. Like, if it's close, you don't start Shedeur. If it's overwhelming, then we have a conversation.
Hey, Chase, you think they're going to lose this year, right? No matter who the quarterback is. Yeah. So I'm thinking, like, okay, we're going to lose anyway. But you talk about hope. If we see our quarterback that's young or rookie, that we all think is really, really good, despite where he got drafted at, if he's balling and we losing, that's a good thing for the franchise and the.
If he starts, this is my thing, if he starts and he doesn't play well enough, which is going to be hard to do because we saw Caleb Williams, who we say this generational talent, he struggled the entire season, then they can bench him. And as a 5th-round pick, regardless of who it is, you're benched. You don't have 3 chances like you did a 1st-round pick. Whereas if you don't and you start him later on in the year and you've already exhausted your other options, you're not getting benched.
Yeah, that's fair.
Once he gets benched, if he starts, you can't go back to him.
That's fair. Is it a bad thing? No, it is not a bad thing. I think one of the young boys should go out there, but we're talking Shedeur, so I think Shedeur should go out there. Whichever one of these young players play the best in preseason should go out there. And to be honest with you, they should go out there and they should have the ability to make all the mistakes, and they should have the ability to go through their ups and downs. And when you do make this decision, you are saying as a franchise, we want to see what this young boy can do for the whole year. We want to see. Right now, if we said Joe Flacco's a starter, he go out the whole year, we think they're going to win 3 to 5 games. If we say we riding with Kenny Pickett and you're the starter, we think they're going to win 3 to 5 games. If you riding with Shedeur, let him go out there, let him go through his ups and downs and have a chance to show you what he can do for a full year. We do not think this team is going far anyway. See if you got lucky, because the Browns ain't been lucky at quarterback. Drafted in the 1st round, 2nd round, 3rd round. It might be lucky in the 5th round. And this kid can be special for your franchise, and you have him under contract, and you know you got your quarterback under the future for the next 3 to 4 years, and you do not have to pay him. That could change around your organization. I would put him out there immediately. If he showed me 1 throw in preseason, you start him. He will go out there immediately. I got a question for you guys. Oh. Because you two sit up here and you say, man, it wouldn't be good for him and all that type of stuff.
No. It'd be good for him.
It wouldn't be good for the franchise. That basically means it wouldn't be good for him, because if he play bad, you want to bench him and all that type of stuff. So we say the best players play, right?
Yep. Typically, right?
I would Chip Kelly, but most teams.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I said typically.
You said
that's why I said
we say the best players play. So I understand what y'all saying when you say a quarterback should sit, right? Andy Reid always had a plan.
Right.
I'm gonna draft Patty Mahomes. I got Alex Smith. When you look in this quarterback room, it ain't no plan. So all of them is the same. But my question to you is, because both of you guys said it would be a bad thing. What if he had first round attached to his name? It wouldn't be bad just because where he went.
I always believe what Andy Reid believes, which is I don't want my first round. I don't want my rookie quarterbacks to play right away. Period. Regardless of where they're drafted.
But hold on. So you're in the Cleveland Brown organization right now, and this is your quarterback room, Acho. There ain't no Alex Smith in there, Acho. That's been to the playoffs and all that type of stuff. Ain't none of that.
That doesn't change my philosophy. Now, it might change the urgency of the situation. To Shady's point, to your point, my philosophy is I just love Andy Reid's philosophy, even before Andy Reid said it is, always sit your rookie quarterbacks, in large part because of what I saw with Aaron Rodgers, what I saw with Jordan Love. I think if you sit as a rookie, it helps more. And y'all know me, I'm wildly obsessed with psychology. So just me personally, I don't like somebody having to go out there and struggle, and it might make them question their self-confidence.
So that's good. So you keep it the same way like blackjack.
Yeah.
You hit 16.
Yeah, that's just my philosophy.
So that's cool. You.
What was the question?
Would it change if he had first round attached to his name? Would your answer still be no? Organization not starting in week 1?
No, my answer would be absolutely yes.
Well, why would your answer change?
Why wouldn't it change? Because there's only one quarterback in NFL history drafted in the 5th round or later to start week 1 as a rookie. If you average out the week since 2020, and that's a lot of seasons, the average first-round quarterback starts in week 3. You're not benching for bad play a first-round quarterback. So I have a long, long season to play him and to see him. You're not benching a first-round quarterback. If he's your starter, you're rolling with him. Let's be just abundantly clear on what the Cleveland Browns did. They went out and they signed Joe Flacco because him and Kevin Stefanski gave him $4 million. It's not a lot of money. If you say he's gone, whatever.
No question.
They traded, which some people view and organizations view trading guys just as important as draft picks. They traded for a quarterback, and then they drafted a quarterback 2 rounds ahead of Shedeur.
Gotcha.
So if he is the first-round pick, it trumps everything. It trumps everything because you have a longer runway. You have 3 years.
That's your biggest fear,
success.
Being benched.
No doubt.
Which is fair. To Chase's point, if you start week 1 and he struggles and he gets benched,
rolling with him.
But my thing is see, and you know that's a good take, even though you was talking to me all tough. What I was trying to get at
I'm passionate about it.
For Shedeur to go in there in the 5th round, which means he had to ball way harder than them dudes.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's so much of an uphill battle for him to even start week 1. Hold on.
Yeah.
To even start week 1. So if they come out of preseason and they say Shedeur is the starter, that means he has made this look ridiculous to even put him in front of them dudes to start week 1. I truly believe if the organization puts him out there week 1, he's going to have that first round leash. Why would he be going out there? He's proven to all y'all I'm clearly better than all these 3 dudes. I'm a 5th rounder and you thinking about starting me.
And that's the problem. The problem is, like, even him as a starter. So when you talk about Patrick Mahomes having Alex Smith to learn from and watch after and learn tape, like, Alex Smith is a good quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Even all these guys we keep talking about, but who in the room I'm learning from? Other than learning from Joe Flacco in the meeting room, am I going to learn from him on the field? Because we just all agreed that Joe Flacco's going to win 3 to 5 games. Kenny Pickett, maybe, I don't know, extra game. I don't know. It's like all the same. Yeah. I'm in a room full of guys that's just like me. The difference is where I got drafted at, all I'm saying is I want to take the better player. And then when we watch this, I think Shedeur is younger. There's so much more hope, I feel like, for starting Shedeur Sanders than the other quarterbacks.
No, that's right.
Even though you talk about Dylan Gabriel being drafted, nobody's worried about that because everybody knows what's really going on with that. And then Flacco, he's older. His days is numbered. We watched him last year. I can't forget how he looked last year. He thought it was a great idea to bench Anthony Richardson, and then Flacco got on there and then stunk up the whole joint. And then Kenny Pickett. He had a couple good games with the Eagles, but I can't overlook what he looked like the Steelers. And we on a new team. So, and I never seen that situation where we say, yo, we going to have a 5th rounder, a 3rd rounder, an old-ass quarterback, and we going to have Kenny Pickett all compete for a job. That never happens.
Yeah.
Y'all better stop playing that boy number 12, man. Give him a shot.
Stop playing with 12. Hey, Speaking of 12, who changed his number to 8, and I don't know if he's married, I don't know if... Anyway, Aaron Rodgers. He did say he's married. Aaron Rodgers is now the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. But what is most important to him next season? Surprisingly, he did get married and didn't really tell much of anybody, including his former receiver up here at the desk. Hey, don't forget, check us out every day, Fox Sports Channel. Sirius XM. We're hitting Aaron Rodgers after this.
Is he married?
That's what he said.
Imagine this. The best pasta sauce you have ever tasted sits abandoned on a plate. Wasted sauce. That is a tragedy. If only you had used Barilla al Bronzo pasta. Its bronze-cut texture holds your sauce and scoops up every last drop. The Italians call that scarpetta. Capture sauce the Italian way. Barilla al Bronzo. Click or tap the banner to find out more.
Aaron Rodgers back on the football field. New uniform, same numbers last year. Hey, he said he was either going to sign with the Steelers or not play at all. That's what it came down to. It was Steelers or bust. He's only playing for $13 million. So $13 million.
No money.
What a great Aaron Rodgers. Hey, listen to Aaron Rodgers on why he still wants to play.
I don't need it. For my ego, I don't need it to keep playing. A lot of decisions that I've made over my career and life from strictly the ego, even if they turn out well, are always unfulfilling. But the decisions made from the soul are usually pretty fulfilling. So this was a decision that was best for my soul. And I felt like being here with Coach T and the guys they got here and the opportunity here was the best for me.
Soul.
It was made for his soul. James Jones, we've talked a lot about Aaron Rodgers, but he's returning in his illustrious career to play at least one more season. What's the most important thing for Aaron Rodgers?
Playoff win. Got to win a playoff game, man. I mean, we a 4-time MVP, Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP. I don't know his stats off the top of my head, but I'm assuming that he in the top 5, top 10 in a lot of categories, right? We label him as one of the greatest throwers of the football we've ever seen with our own 2 eyes. AR is like that. There's nothing else to prove on that football field, stats-wise, arm talent-wise, none of that. The only thing left to accomplish, I wouldn't even say prove, the only thing left to accomplish is winning in the playoffs and trying to get back to that game. That's the only thing that matters. To be honest, that's the only reason why you should have came back and played football. And I understand if you still love it, you want to play, cool. But you got to win a playoff game, man. I don't really care about how it looks or what it's going to look like and all that type of stuff. All I care about is you getting your team to the dance and winning a playoff game and being competitive in the playoffs. I think that's the only thing that matters for Aaron Rodgers. That's the most important.
Is it fair for me, James, to lower the bar and just say stay healthy? That's like the most important for the Steelers, I would say, is a playoff win. But for Aaron Rodgers, just stay healthy because at the end of the day, Rodgers wants to retire. He's nearing retirement. He said it was Steelers or bust, which means it comes down to, of all the teams in the NFL that were looking at Aaron Rodgers, he only had one he was still looking for. We know he's at a different state in life right now, a man who got privately married. He's at a different state of evolution, talking about his soul instead of his ego. Just stay healthy so you can retire. Like, I don't want the game to be taken from Aaron Rodgers. I want Aaron Rodgers to walk away from the game, without feeling like, hey, man, I have more to give. Stay healthy. Go out on your own terms. Don't go out because of an Achilles, because of a knee, because of anything unfortunate or unnecessary. Only thing I care for Aaron Rodgers, stay healthy. For the Steelers, most important, win a playoff game. But for AR, walk away from the game on your own.
Well said, brother.
God is good. God is good all the time.
All the time,
That's right.
brother. Well said.
I had the same thing in my notes.
Oh.
Stay healthy.
Stay healthy.
That's what's most important.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Aaron, you're in a different space in your life.
Yep.
You're not speaking from the ego no more. You're speaking from the soul. You're speaking from the heart. As I look at Aaron Rodgers today at 41 years old, turning 42 soon, sometime.
Young man.
Right? Got a little gray on it. Cut the little gray off,
man,
right?
Little gray ain't never been bad.
Congrats. You're newly married. Right?
You know what I mean?
That's going to help. And we all been there in life where we love so much and we die for it. Now this becomes part of life.
Yep.
And when I say that being honest, hey, look, man, this is a farewell tour, right? We seen Kobe go through it. Every arena we have to see him.
Yeah.
The last time we're going to see him. You know what really reminded me of that is when Aaron Rodgers decided to come to the Steelers, right? After missing so many, OTAs and all the other stuff that teams come to, to get familiar with the team. Missed all that. But when he decided to go to the Steelers and there was a big announcement all players was on Twitter talking about it. Man, I get to see Aaron Rodgers one more time. Get this, that. Basketball players, hockey players, football players. And that let me know, like, wow, we look at Aaron Rodgers as Aaron Rodgers the name, but we're not really expecting much with the Steelers roster and what they do at the Steelers. Just being honest.
Stay healthy is a good thing.
So stay healthy, man. Enjoy this last run with your new wife and have a good time. Because you know what? From now on, I'm gonna cheer him on. I'm not grading him like the old Aaron Rodgers.
Can't.
I'm not sure like the GOAT Aaron Rodgers.
Can't do that.
Just have a good time, brother.
So, just quick question.
We got to keep these two things
Healthy.
healthy. When the season
Pretty
starts.
simple, right?
I won't. I won't.
Where would you guys rank Aaron Rodgers, like all time, like top what? Top 10?
He's top 5
top
talent.
8? No. Just forget about the top.
Don't ask me. I'm biased. Don't ask me.
No, I want to know because this is part of my take.
If you have to include Super Bowls, top 10.
Okay, top 10. Okay. What you got, Shady? This is part of my take. I can't really think of quarterbacks now, but probably like top 12. Okay, 10, 12.
Like that.
Top 5 quarterback.
Okay.
Of all time,
And so my answer to this question is what's most important for Aaron Rodgers? It's legacy. People are like, well, he's already had a legacy. Well, top 12, top 10,
He tripped.
top 5. Okay, he's tripping. He's 4-time MVP, Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, right? There's a couple things that he does not have yet, legacy milestones for him. He's currently 7th all time in passing yards. 7th. He only needs 1,137 passing yards to pass Big Ben, who is 5th all time. So you can get into top 5 passing yards of all time.
That's easy. Check.
That's a big deal, though, when going to his legacy,
That's easy
right?
if he was throwing with his left hand.
Big Ben, though.
You crazy.
He's also, right now, as it currently stands, he is top 5 in passing touchdowns.
Who can he catch?
He can go to number 3,
How many?
and he can pass Peyton Manning with 37
That's going to be
passing touchdowns. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
But
it can be done.
It can be done. So if you talk about Aaron Rodgers, top 10, top 12, you have to put him in top 5 with 4-time MVP, Super Bowl champ, top 5 in passing yards, and top 3 in passing touchdowns of all time. People are like, oh, this is just a stay healthy. Why do you think he came back? And I'm not saying that's because of it, right? He wants to play. He loves the game. That's big. When people remember you 10, 20, 15 years from now, and you're saying you got a guy that's top 5 in passing yards and top 3 in passing touchdowns, you can no longer have the conversation, oh, he's top 12 of all time. No way. He's got 4 MVPs, multiple All-Pros, and Super Bowl champ. And it's not some big, like, oh, you're going to jump up. But I do think he is all the way in the conversation of top 6, 7, 5 of all time if he hits us.
So real quick, now I was trolling, but he's top 10 guy.
Okay, thank you.
It's Aaron Rodgers, top 10 guy. But real quick, Chase, so right now, you said he could jump to number 3 over Peyton Manning. Right?
37 passing touchdowns.
And where's he at right now?
He's 5th.
So he's 5th in passing touchdowns. Okay, you go to 3. And you said yards.
He
He's
needs
7th. He's 7th.
1,000
He
to
needs
go-
1,100 yards.
But that'll get him into what place?
5th all time.
5th. So 7 to 5th. See, my thing is with Aaron Rodgers, that ain't gonna make a big difference. His legacy is already cemented because what he's done. You talking about 7 to 5? You talking about 5 to 3? It's already there. The only thing that changed Aaron Rodgers, I think, the way we look at him, is championships. Because as great as Aaron Rodgers is, he got 1 championship appearance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what we're going to talk about is how talented he was. So I think his legacy is he's one of the greatest quarterbacks. He's one of the most talented dudes. But the truth is, I think for you to be that talented, you're an underachiever. Because I don't know. Like we talk about the top 10, and he's better than a lot of these quarterbacks, maybe even like top 7. Because Aaron Rodgers is a great quarterback.
Crazy good.
But the issue with me is when we talk about the great quarterbacks, they change franchises when we win in championships. And for you to only have 1 appearance, I can't put you in some of them guys.
We underachieved. I can't sit up here and say he underachieved. I played with him, but we underachieved.
I just think the 4
we let him down too.
And I just think I did this, and this is only a small sample size, but think about the world and what they think. Okay, top 10, top 12. Like it's going to be hard pressed for any argument to be outside the top 6 or 7 if he
does that. No doubt about it. That's Aaron Rodgers we're talking about. Hey, right now, We got to talk about Tyrese Haliburton because Game 3 of the NBA Finals, it is tonight. Of all the games they have played all season long, 82 regular season, 17 in the playoffs, there is no bigger game in basketball this year than the game that is going on tonight. No player, I would suggest, under more pressure than that man on your screen. And we got to talk about it. If you walk away from the TV, you better run back for the conversation. Haliburton coming off a hugely disappointing Game 2 in the NBA Finals. He had 5 points through 3 quarters. Do not let the stat sheet fool you. He had 12, I would suggest, meaningless points when his team was down by 20 in the fourth quarter, finished with 17. Haliburton knows what he has to do. He spoke. Take a listen.
I think playing 2 games against these guys is really good. It gives me more film to watch, see where I can be better. I feel like I haven't been great by any means through the first 2 games. So, I'm just trying to take what I can to prepare me for Game 3 and just trying to be the best version of myself.
Hey, we're the best version of ourselves when this man is joining the show. That's Rick Bucher, NBA analyst, the one and only. If you aren't familiar, it's Rick Bucher, but he goes by Slick. Hey, Slick, starting with you, Haliburton. He's supposed to be a budding superstar. He's an Olympic gold medalist. He's an all-star in years past, an all-NBA player. And this year, is all the pressure on, I would suggest, the face of the Indiana Pacers and Tyrese Haliburton tonight?
Not at all. And if there is, there shouldn't be. First of all,
not at all?
Not at all. Let's start with the Oklahoma City Thunder. All the pressure should be on that side. They need to get it done tonight. But if there's any one player, any one Indiana Pacer who should be feeling the pressure, it's Pascal Siakam. Pascal Siakam was their leading scorer during the regular season. Pascal Siakam was the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Pascal Siakam is a minus 25 in this series so far, while Haliburton is +7 and is the reason that the series is 1-1 because he hit the game-winning shot. We're looking past the one guy on this team who has a championship ring, and arguably, while Haliburton has gotten all the shine because he's made big shots, Pascal Siakam has been the engine to this team's success. And if I look at the matchups, he's being guarded by Alex Caruso. Okay, now, no disrespect to Caruso, but size-wise, he shouldn't be able to handle Pascal one-on-one. And yet, on far too many matchups, too many possessions, he has done exactly that. So for me, the pressure should be on Pascal to come through and be the player that you can be. Look, Haliburton, I loved what he said, because he's always just going to look to see how do I fit into the big picture? How do I manipulate their defense? What do I need to do to be the connective tissue? He's not a guy who goes out and gets 30. But Pascal Siakam, in terms of winning his matchup, that's the guy to me that should be carrying the pressure because of what he's done.
I don't think what you're doing is fair.
Yeah,
I don't think it's fair at all. Because we cannot, when Haliburton plays well, jump on television and say, Haliburton is great, Haliburton is this, Haliburton is a star, Haliburton has the second most game winners in the history of the National Basketball Association playoffs to only LeBron James, as many as Kobe Bryant. But then when Haliburton does not play well, of which Haliburton stated himself, come on and talk about Pascal Siakam. This is Haliburton's team. Haliburton does the interviews post-game. Haliburton's dad is more famous than Pascal Siakam, if we're being honest. So how can we come on national television and suggest Pascal has to do more and has more pressure? Though he does. Everything you're saying is right. Say that with a whisper. Say Haliburton's criticism with the roar. When I look at Haliburton, 4 turnovers, 1.3 on average typically, 6 assists, 10.5 on average typically, 15 points. 20 points on average typically. So when I think about what Haliburton has done in the finals versus what Haliburton has done to get his team to the finals, a complete disappointment. I don't care about the 7± I care about the fact that he's the face of the team. We sing his praises when he does well. We must chastise him with a harsh tongue when he doesn't.
I love that. I love that full screen, and I love that example. But the reality is, whatever Haliburton has done to this point, it's more than what Pascal Siakam has done. I mean, it's not. They're not close. Haliburton won you game 1. Pascal Siakam has been a minus in both games.
He won.
So if you're and look, he was Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and while we had some discussion about whether
you know, the Haliburton took a step forward. He did the Drewski like, it's not mine. That said, Siakam has been an absolute minus so far. And if he's not their best player, he's their second best player. So if Pascal doesn't step up, I don't know that Haliburton is going to make a difference. That's where the pressure is.
Why are you thinking, Shady? Why are you thinking?
Yeah, because I'm just confused now. Everywhere I heard, this whole playoffs, that's how good Haliburton is. He's a superstar. Give him his credit. He's this, he's that. All right, he affects the game. I've heard you say that. I heard everybody say that. Now, today, we say it's not him, it's Siakam? Let me just give my take, because I'm just super confused. But there's no pressure on him. He's going to go out there and get 12, 14 points, a couple assists. Where the pressure at? Because if this was Jalen Brunson, we're going to have a whole conversation. If this is JT, a whole conversation. If this is Luka, if this is all the superstars, if this is SGA, we're going to have a conversation. If this is Jokic.
So you agree with me?
No, I'm not. I'm actually on the other side of the table with you. All I'm saying is, all these other players, there will be so much pressure. They will be talked about. Why you ain't delivering? Why this? Why that? We ain't doing that with Haliburton. All right, we talking about everybody else but him. And you supposed to be the superstar. Every time I see any posters of the finals, I'll see Siakam.
Correct.
Look behind us. Can we show behind us? Who's behind us? I didn't make that up. MVP in the third team.
I'll let you go against Slick.
No. Before you go. And another thing is,
right?
And another thing, as I watch these games, I haven't seen a player get over 20 points yet in 2 games.
Yeah.
And the superstar player that we want to talk about, we ain't even talking about him? Yeah. So, no, he has no pressure. He has no pressure.
Explain yourself,
Okay,
Slick,
so-
because I'm confused
so
off
I
your
said-
take, too.
Yeah, you confused too? That's 2 of us. Are you confused?
A little bit.
That's 3 of us.
Break it down.
Let me restate.
Are you confused? No, I'm joking.
Let me restate.
Okay.
One, there should be no pressure on. We shouldn't be talking about the Indiana Pacers
Why not?
because the Oklahoma City Thunder are still the overwhelming favorites to win this series.
Okay.
Correct? And they are at 1-1, and they cannot afford to lose Game 3.
That's fair.
In Indiana.
Yeah.
So whatever pressure there is, it's on OKC to get it done tonight or tomorrow night. And so, but if there is an Indiana Pacer who hasn't shown up to this point, who is a difference maker, Haliburton is not at the head of the list. Look, however you want to look at his numbers, the reality is he got you Game 1. He outdueled Shai Gilgeous-Alexander,
End of the game.
the league MVP, on game-winning shots. That counts. Meanwhile, I'm looking at Pascal Siakam, and I'm saying, you're supposed to be putting Alex Caruso in a body bag, and you haven't come close to doing that. You have not had an impact on the first 2 games. So if I'm an Indiana Pacer fan, the first guy I'm looking at to say, hey, look, we expect more from you, and we better get it in Game 3, it's Pascal Siakam. I hope that's more clear. I hope you understand where I'm coming from now.
But just to tell you real quick, because I don't know if he knows.
I will say it a third time if I have to.
Caruso, right? We need to give him some credit. I watched him have Julius Randle in a box. And Julius Randle was the hottest thing
I watched
on the
him battle
Timberwolves.
with,
He
Jokic.
couldn't even move. And then another thing is, before you get too crazy, because that was a good take, but I did just respond. So Caruso gets his credit. And number 3 is, that the Thunder did lose Game 3 to Denver.
Yes.
And you know how that series ended.
In 7, which is way more than you thought this was going to be.
A loss is a loss. Loss is a loss.
So,
Good day.
so basically, with everybody's take, we should never have a topic up there that says, is Haliburton a superstar? We should never have that. If we want to sit up here and say that the pressure's on Siakam, Pascal Siakam.
That didn't even sound right.
Do I have his name correct?
Just because he won a championship, and we sit up here and we try to get this dude in not even the all-star, the superstar conversation.
Crazy.
And all of us unanimously up here say no pressure's on Tyrese Haliburton.
0.
I do not think any pressure's on Pascal Siakam neither. And I do think all the pressure's on OKC. But at the same time, all the pressure's on OKC is because we've never given the Indiana Pacers a chance to win this series. Even if you believe they can win 1 or 2, I believe they can win 1. Y'all believe nobody's giving them a chance to win it. So for me, it's always going to be all the pressure on OKC. But the topic says, is all the pressure on Tyrese Haliburton tonight, and we all said none up here, and we want to sit here and say he's
My defense, I said yes.
and we want to sit here and say he's a superstar player.
But that, James, is why I've still maintained my criticism. Shady's heard it 2 days in a row now. That's why I maintain I'm not letting Haliburton off the hook. Because I can't, with one part of my vocation, suggest that Haliburton can be a superstar, and then on the other side, just let him off easy. That's why I'm holding Haliburton's feet to the fire. On my notes, there's all the pressure on Haliburton. I have yes. And I have yes because Haliburton, if we're going to talk about you like you have the ability to be a superstar, be a superstar. 4 turnovers.
Yeah.
It's fine if you don't want to get all the points. You can't have 6 assists.
Yeah.
You can't have 6 assists.
And really quick, because Slick, you said that Tyrese Haliburton.
Here we go again.
No.
This is always James always has.
I be listening to you.
I
be listening to you because you said Tyrese Haliburton outdueled.
He did. At the end of the game.
End of the game, he
At
did.
the end of the game, he did.
End of the game, he did.
At the end of the game, it's objective. SGA corner elbow shot missed. Haliburton goes down.
The last like 9 points, he didn't get. He didn't assist that.
Nembhard
the center hit a bench shot 3 ball. Like, come on, man.
Nembhard cooked SGA on a possession before, tray ball. SGA goes down, elbow, misses. Haliburton goes down, elbow, bucket.
he had a better possession than him. That's cool.
That's all.
I just said he outdueled him at the
end of the game.
I didn't say he outdueled him the entire
I
game.
can't say that. That come on, man.
It's like PKs. If you got a penalty kick and I got a penalty kick and we both have penalty kicks to win the game, you miss your PK, I go down and make
You're going off of one possession, though.
The most important
possession
is the most important possession in the game. It was the most important possession in the game.
Even when Neymar hit him with the step back three in his face, I don't know who was commentating. He was like, man, the ball's not even in Haliburton's hands. You remember him saying that?
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is like the last 3 possessions before the game, the ball wasn't even in your hands.
I guess we look at outdueled totally different.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me if Haliburton come out here tonight, he got 36, he got 5 and 6, and Shea got 14 and he hit the game winner, he outdueled Haliburton?
End of the game, James. You're forgetting the most important part of the
I guess
outdueled to me is different.
He outdueled him over the entire game.
He outdueled him at the end of the game.
He hit the biggest shot, and Shea missed the biggest shot.
Can I
back-to-back possession?
Hey, look.
So
we not gonna win it, bro.
So if Nembhard hit that last shot, he outdueled Shea? How? Because of one shot?
Wait, y'all thinking about it?
Because of one shot?
At the end of the game.
Listen to what I'm saying. Let's just say we switched the player because he had 14 points. Let's say Nembhard had 11 points and he makes the game-winning shot. And Shea had 36, 5, and 6. He outdueled Shea.
If Shea misses the last shot and Nembhard gets the rebound and goes and makes the last shot, at the end of the game, he outdueled him.
I'm James. It's the sound. They like this TV. They like, what's going on? Bro?
I don't think they are.
What?
Because if I'm not confused and he's not confused and other people are not confused.
Bro, the man had 36 points and then you had 11 and you hit the game winner and you telling me that you outdo me?
At the end of the game.
It's silly. Well, I want to ask you this question.
Is it silly, Slick? It is silly.
Thank you. Not silly me. My mom's like, don't argue.
But look, in basketball,
no, we get it, Slick.
hitting the game-winning shot.
I get it. You guys are right.
Is essential.
I just want to ask you.
Robert Ory outdueled everybody. Big shot Ory.
Jordan all that. I just want to ask you real quick, Slick.
He outdueled Vlade Divac in that.
But can you say this, though? If this was any other superstar, that it's their team, they lead their squad,
Okay.
would it not be a way bigger pressure moment?
Oh, sure. But I see him as a superstar in the making. I don't see him as an established superstar. I think he's had superstar moments, right? And the reason that Acho is saying, yes, all the pressure is on him, because Acho has hitched his wagon to the idea that he's already an established superstar. Like, which is fair.
Yeah.
And it's understandable. Look, I gave this to you. So show me that I'm right in giving this to you already.
Yes. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
And I understand.
That's where I'm at.
That makes total sense to me. I'm just not there yet with Haliburton.
Yeah.
And I am there with SGA. I think he's
Absolutely.
a superstar.
Oh, yeah.
So when you lose, when the superstar in the making hits the shot that wins the game and you miss it, dude, I expect Shea to hit that shot. I'm been pleasantly surprised that Haliburton has hit it as many times as he has. That's the distinction for me.
Yeah. But that's why I asked the question about if he's a superstar or not. Because we are to this point at the finals, and he's not been playing well, and we're saying there's no real pressure because
Man.
I don't think he's a
12 points,
minted
some little assists, you
superstar
go.
yet.
Well, hey, look,
Let me ask you another question.
Hey, when we return, how do we feel about the big name quarterbacks in new places? There are several quarterbacks: Geno Smith, Sam Darnold, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, that are in new places. Hey, we're bringing the emojis back to tell you how we feel about the most fun segment you will see on television today. It's after the commercial break.
Questions for Slick by James.
Hey, some big name quarterbacks are on new teams. So we need to show how we feel about these big moves using emojis and emojis only. It's the most fun part of today's show. I challenge you to find a more fun part on television. Aaron Rodgers with the Steelers. Shady McCoy, how do you feel about Rodgers with the
He's
Steelers?
smiling, baby, smiling all the way to the bank. Listen, great career. 4 MVPs. Come on now, Super Bowl, MVP. Have a great time. Fair word tour. Have a great job doing it. Be healthy, though. Just got married. Have a great year, brother.
100%.
Great year.
I do not know anybody in the American military, but I know this. Is when somebody is arriving or when somebody is departing, you always hit them with the salute. Aaron Rodgers, I salute you, my friend. Okay. You are departing from the NFL, and so this is your last tour. I just give you one valiant salute.
Salute. I like it. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. What took him so long to make a decision? Sleeping emoji. So he took a while to make a decision. We weren't sure what was happening, but also I think some people in this area are sleeping on the Steelers as well. So Steelers, I think, can be better than they probably lead on if their defense does well. So twofold, sleeping.
I like him. Because I got sleeping too.
Okay.
I think they're sleeping on my dog this year.
Hey.
God keeps him healthy like you two want.
Yes. Amen.
And he's out there on that field healthy. And that Achilles looks very, very fresh out there. They sleeping on my dog.
Don't put it all on God, though.
They're going to win.
They're going to win a lot.
He does every year.
You said a lot. Not only win. You said a lot.
Hey, from one future Hall of Famer to hopefully another, Russell Wilson now with the Giants. 2-5. How you feel about that?
Stars in his eyes. He's in the Big Apple, baby. He's in New York. You a Giant? Listen, man, look. You already got a star wife, see her, because she's like that, right?
that.
And then you're a star, and you a winner, and you got Dave Ball. I see what he did with David Jones. He was, but now he got you.
Man.
Smile like a star, dog.
Oh, damn.
And you know that emoji where you're kind of like,
What?
and that breathing comes out there? Yeah, that one. That one right there. That's what Russ is like right now. It's like, y'all want to try me? Oh, y'all want to draft a first-round pick and think he's going to take my place, Jackson Dart from Ole Miss?
Who?
Okay, exactly right.
Who?
Jackson Dart from Ole
Russ.
Miss. That's that one right
Russ.
there.
I like them both. In New York, Big Apple, there's stars. There's blowing smoke at your nose. Well, you know what else it is in New York? It is cold as hell up in New York. So I got the cold emoji. But also, it's a cold world, man. Future Hall of Famer, and you drafted Jackson Dart to take
It is a cold
your
world.
job.
No
Man,
blankets.
you got to help us out. Don't let them take it, man. Cold world.
Every now and then, me and my brother on the same team. And today's the day. Stars should be in the eyes.
on now.
Listen, Brian Daboll, since he's been in New York, this is the best quarterback that he has had. So he should be up there in the meetings and all that, smiling with stars in his eyes that he has Russ. Everything we hearing, everything we seeing, Russ is looking like that. This Giants team is going to be pretty doggone good. Daboll should have stars in his eyes for Russell Wilson.
Okay, we have been talking about Hall of Famers. We're about to make a drastic turn. No longer talking about Hall
180?
of Famers.
Yeah, it's like opposite.
Sam Darnold. How do you feel about Sam Darnold with the Seahawks?
It's mind-blowing. I don't know how he did it. He went from, listen, I don't know what the Seahawks seen in me, but I've been bad. My whole career had one cool little year, and now they think I'm good, and they pay me some money. They pay him 30.
35.
That's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And my record is 35 and 38 as a starter.
He's working on getting above 500.
That's like a loser. So they pay a loser all this money. They didn't know. That's mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing. James, I told you what Mama told me yesterday. James, what Mama told me yesterday? You remember?
Mama told
You ain't got nothing nice to say?
You ain't got nothing nice to say. Don't say nothing at
Oh, you zip it.
all.
Wait, whose mama told you that? Your mama or his mama? My mama never told me that. She said, son, say whatever's on your mind.
Whatever's on your mind.
I'm with Shady. Mind blown. Couple reasons. One, he got a $100 million contract.
Yeah.
Two, what he did last year, 14 wins.
Yeah.
Like that blew my mind. And then third, He ended up with Clint Kubiak, so I think he's going to blow people's minds.
Oh, wow.
In Seattle, I think they're a 10-win team.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, I blew your mind.
I am crying. I am crying for two reasons. So it's either is it the 12th man?
How you say? Yes, it is.
It's the 12th fan. So they either
man,
gonna be
not fan.
I thought they
man.
switched it to fan
12
because
man.
they can't use 12 man no more.
Says
We'll
who?
talk about that later.
Anyway, the 12 whatever is either they either gonna be crying happy tears that the Sam Darnold from the Vikings showed up,
a good one.
or they finna be sitting up in them stands crying sad tears because the Jets, Sam Darnold showed up. So either way, I think they're gonna be in them stands.
Who's the real
Crying.
Sam? Who's the real Sam? Hey, real quick. Who's the real Sam, though?
I don't know.
It's more Jets Sam out of the scene than the Vikings Sam.
that
What have you
is-
done
that
for me
is
lately,
very-
They
Sam?
do go by the 12s now. They do go
12s.
by
I knew
the
it was
12s.
something tricky.
Go by the 12s.
Yeah, see?
Maybe
12's gonna be crying. Whatever 12 will be crying.
Justin Fields, Shady McCoy, he is now with the New York Jets. How do you feel about Fields?
Another mind blown, right?
Oh, wow.
Listen, I know this guy's a
Mind
trick.
blown
They tricky,
today,
dog.
dog.
They do magic tricks.
A lot of mind blown.
Because somehow, some way, they don't fool the Jets to pay me more money. Right? Think about that for a second. Now, I told you that, you know, Russ was a winner,
Yeah.
right? He's gonna be winning.
Yeah.
I said Sam Darnold was a loser. This is an even bigger loser. This brother got 14 wins and 30 losses as a starter. I mean, God, the poor get poor, the rich get richer. I'll just say this. If I could go back in time and blow people's minds like this, my last year they should have gave me $50 million, dog. If they give him 30, think about that, though.
They didn't give him 30.
Shady said that we got new emojis. I'm using.
I'm using the new emojis.
We got a beard one?
You braid that long, dog. I'm gonna keep it honest.
Oh,
he's thinking.
over there.
Oh, okay. What you thinking about?
I'm thinking, right? Justin Fields has not been good on the football field up until this point in his career. But he's now going to a Jets team where I believe they understand this is his last shot. You paid him $30 million. Aaron Glenn, you are not going to hitch your wagon to a quarterback that is going to struggle. You can't afford for Justin Fields to struggle. So with Wilson, with the running back tandem back there, and Breece Hall and that young other running back, I forget his name, I think he's also
Allen,
out of
yeah.
Wisconsin, Braylon Allen, you have to find a way to use Justin Fields. I'm thinking, how are they going to make that $30 million worth it?
You only thinking for 20 hours.
Salute.
Why we
Man,
salute?
first of all, because he got $30 million guaranteed.
Oh, yes.
Come on now.
Together.
Second one, I respect his game. Third of all, I respect his game. Yeah.
What part of it?
Every bit.
How?
I like the underdog story.
But
I like the
You
underdog.
respect the story of the game.
Both.
Hold on.
He said, cut the emojis second.
Kill the emojis, Coleman. Stop the
no more
emojis.
emojis.
Stop the emojis.
Respect this
You respect the
game.
military?
What part of the game?
Do you respect him?
Of
Yeah,
course.
I respect the military.
What part of the game?
Running.
Stop the music, Coleman. Stop the music.
No more music. Stop the tape.
It ain't even fun no
Rolling.
more.
Cut the beat.
How he's
DJ
brought
D.
up, what he's got, I think he'll be successful. They're building an
You
offense
say you
around
respect his game. What part of the game?
Yeah, maybe not the winning.
Okay.
I respect how he plays the game. I respect
But
how teammate he
how?
is. What
I
do
mean, you
how?
said his game, not the
Yeah,
teammate.
he's how. I like that he throws the deep ball.
Okay.
Like that he runs around a little bit.
Okay.
I think you can win with him.
But how he runs around, that's
All right, so hold up. Now mark this stuff down. Because when we talk about like good quarterbacks, he might
never respect
he's
somebody that's
tougher on
not
good
a winner?
quarterback. So mark this down. He said that he respects Justin Fields' game, the way he throws the deep ball and how he runs. What else he said?
Ball, runs.
That's
How he is
all
with
we
his
do.
teammates.
Come on, man. This dude's
Good
terrible.
player.
Now, when we talk
Build
about the
something
other
around
good
him, I think he's
quarterbacks,
gonna win.
You think
James,
he
now,
gonna
hold on. James, now, I'm holding y'all responsible. Because y'all like, I'm the only one that talks about it.
Mark it up.
So when we talk about good quarterbacks and he's tough on them, I want y'all to circle back and say, we did the emoji sign. You say you respect Justin Fields' game.
Like how he runs.
You can respect
I love
his game.
Justin Fields, but we got to
You don't
and I
respect
respect him, not
You
the
don't
game.
respect- you don't
Him as a
respect-
person, Justin Fields is one of my favorite human beings I've met in the league.
Anyway, salute. And
music
also,
again, please.
you had
Still trying to get
you had more suitors than Aaron Rodgers this year.
He's still
The music, we can get the music back. We can get the music back.
We got to clear it out. What's
Respect
going
you,
on?
Justin Fields. Don't let him tear you down.
I respect you. The game. The game is the game. The operative
I
word.
guess my emoji, I knew Chase was going to trip like this, so it's time for me to be quiet. That's perfect.
You knew it. You knew it.
You have that
I
already?
knew it was going in. I'm zipping my mouth because you tripping. Woo. Yeah.
Justin Fields is interesting.
Is Gary Wilson up for contract?
Yeah.
Yeah.
College teammates.
Next up, we will talk about this one off camera. Geno Smith.
No.
Uniting with his head coach in Seattle, Pete Carroll. Shady, how you feel about it?
Smiling. He has a lot of success with Coach. What's his name? Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
That last block. He's smiling, man. He's happy for him to reunite with Pete Carroll.
Shady,
What was this?
reunite.
What is
Reunite.
this?
They back together. Yeah,
That's reunite symbol.
Reunite.
Not my fault. That's Justin Fields.
Reignite.
But I respect Geno. Now I respect Geno's game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sleeping on that?
Yeah. Sleeping on Geno, huh?
You snore?
I'm sleeping on the
You a
Raiders. They'll win 7-8 games. I don't care. I don't care about
You think
that.
they'll win 8 games?
Maybe whatever they do is not going to matter in the whole zeitgeist of the NFL. So none of this matters.
I'm thinking.
None of it matters.
One, how are they going to win 7-8 games?
That part.
Two, why did Seattle trade me after you played so well? You won 10 games last year. I don't get it. Two, why did you sign this mid-level deal? So, what are we doing here? Thinking cap.
I'm sleeping as well.
Oh, you sleeping?
But I think y'all sleeping on the Raiders.
Oh,
You work for him.
And
He has to say that.
And sleeping on Geno.
He works for him.
they do pay you.
I think they're going to be much better than we think. And
Homeboy take.
if they are going to be much better than we think,
They pay you.
Geno going to have to play
Your
good football.
Giants and your Raiders takes worse than my Fields take.
You one of the most biased.
Giants and Raiders take is
It's starting
worse
to
than
get
my
bad.
Fields
It's
take.
starting to get bad.
That's worse than my Fields take.
You know what I'm saying?
That's worse than my Fields
That's
take.
like,
if you cool with
Sleeping on the
you,
Raiders.
That's like
Stop the music. Stop the
Always
music.
keep
Stop
it
the music.
That's
Stop the
worse
emoji, Stop the music.
than my
Always
Fields
keep it
take.
real.
James.
No, it is
Yes,
not,
it is.
sir.
James, the
Yes.
Raiders winning how many games?
I didn't say how many games. I just said they're going to be a better football team than y'all think. What number did I just say right now? Nothing.
They're going to draft
I
like
didn't say
10.
no.
Well, I
number.
said
They
7,
draft
8.
6 this
Yeah,
year.
They're going to be
7,
better than
8.
I think they're going to win 9.
So you
I say
think
9, 10 games.
That's a lot
Okay,
of games.
that's worse than the Fields one.
You
But
thought-
we
you
can't even
thought-
do emojis.
I just said I respect Fields'
that.
game.
On the
We
real
can't even
though.
have fun anymore.
On the real though, how
You need to
how
go to
good
the
of the
real.
Seattle's team did you think the Seattle team was last year?
I thought they were better than
10
the Raiders.
wins.
No, they won 10 games, but we
I
didn't
just
think
told
they
you.
were that good
I
of a
didn't think they
team.
were going to win 10. That's fair.
Right?
I
Geno
thought they
helped them boys
yeah,
get
but
to
I
10
think they're
wins.
better than the Raiders.
Their defense.
Yeah, the
doesn't
Raiders-
work.
If it is, it's by a hair,
Raiders
and we
have
don't know what the young rookie gonna look like in the running back, and we don't know how Geno gonna play.
Running back on ball.
Bro,
Yeah.
look at their
Did
division,
they draft a
James.
6th pick overall?
Yeah, they got
This year,
Can
we
I
like
see-
9. They're going to do 9, 10 this year.
Can I get a one shot of James real
You
quick?
think
Please?
9,
Just
2?
look- And then Colvin, this is how I feel about
Geno won
James's
9-10
take.
with
This is how I
Seattle.
feel about James's take right now.
Oh, the poop emoji. We finally used it.
Yo. Is this in there too now?
Yeah, that's
I got some, yo. When we bring up Fields and Sammy, I'm throwing this on there too now.
They sleeping on the Raiders.
See, why y'all ain't tell me about this emoji?
all over their face
So if
right
Why
now.
you didn't tell me that?
You didn't know?
Look, y'all didn't tell me you had this emoji?
Can we go back to Justin Fields block?
Let's go back to the Bills block.
Colvin, can we go back to
Redo the whole emoji
Yeah,
block.
I didn't know that.
Oh, crazy.
No, you 14 for 30 and you can't really throw or, you know.
Hey, no,
They should have never gave us emojis.
hey,
man.
my
We're
Raiders
really
like
just
that.
children on this show. Hey, when we return, the Pacers, they lost game 2. But what would it mean? What would it mean if the team that was supposed to get swept wins 2 games before the Thunder even get to 2? What would a Pacers game 3 win mean? That's next. NBA Finals are back tonight. It's the biggest game of the basketball season. Everything I would suggest hinges on this game. Matt, can you help me by the end of this segment? Teams that go up 2-1, what % of the time do they win? Anyway, the Pacers, they are in Indiana for game 3. Series already tied 1-1. 81% chance of winning the series if you go up 2-1. 81% chance if you go up 2-1. So Pacers, you can do the unthinkable. You can completely swing the pendulum if they win this. Slick, let me actually say this, because I might have the most ridiculous take up here, but it might not be ridiculous when I'm done with it. I believe if the Pacers win this game, they either win the series in 6 or it goes to 7. Those are the 2 options. Pacers win tonight, they win the series in 6, or it goes to 7. I believe those are the 2 options. Here's why I say that.
You're leaving it open
For the
who wins
correct.
in 7.
Correct. And leaving it, the Thunder will not win in 6 if the Pacers win tonight. But it could go to 7, in which case the Thunder could win. Pacers win in 6 or it goes to 7. Here's why. The most important factor I hope you hear if the Thunder do not win this game tonight is this. Pacers haven't lost back-to-back games since March 10th. So if the Thunder don't win tonight, that would mean that the Pacers continue to keep that streak alive of not winning back-to-back games. It's not a coincidence. I would believe there's a causation there. And what's the causation? I believe Rick Carlisle's one of the best coaches in basketball, number one. Obviously, he's the best coach remaining. And then more importantly, I believe the Pacers' depth is a testament to why they do not lose back-to-back games. On a micro level, the Pacers make better adjustments than the Thunder because you know the Pacers have outscored the Thunder in the second half of the games thus far in this series. On a macro level, the Pacers make great adjustments throughout the course of the season. That's why they got better as the season progressed. If the Thunder can't beat the Pacers in back-to-back games, the Thunder cannot win this series. So if the Pacers win tonight, I'm suggesting the Pacers either win in 6 or it goes to 7 because the Thunder can't beat the Pacers in back-to-back games. Nobody has beaten the Pacers back-to-back since March 10th. And if you can't beat the Pacers in back-to-back games, you can't win this series since they've already taken advantage and gone up 1-1 and thus would go up 2-1 if they win tonight. If they win tonight, pendulum completely swings. Yep. I believe either the Pacers win in 6 or it goes to 7, of which I will obviously leave SGA and the Thunder.
Yeah, we just delaying this loss, man. That's all we doing.
That's it?
That's it. All that you said, that was nice, but we delaying this championship for the Thunder. That's all we really doing. They're a better team. You got a college program in Indiana going against a real NBA squad.
What do you mean by that, for people just watching when you call them a college program?
Okay, I'll tell you about that. So first of all, in these last 2 games in the NBA Finals, there hasn't been a player for Indiana to go over 20 points yet. Mm-hmm. Think about it, what are we talking about, 20 points? Some dudes, that's a half for some players.
That's true.
Right? And now you're depending on players to have these roles where, okay, everybody has to chip in. Star players chip in. That sounds crazy, you saying that. But star players chip in, role players chip in. Let's try to find a way to chip in and win and beat these guys. When you got superstars, I know what SGA is going to give me. Jay Will, I know what he's got to give me. These are what you need from these players. I'll give you even an example, better example. There's only one team in the last 40 years to win a title and not have 20 points per game. And that was 2014 with the Spurs. They were an older group, and they did that. Mm-hmm. So you telling me out of 40 years, there's only one team that won a championship, and nobody on the team averaged 20 points?
Yeah.
I can't see it. Especially nowadays, I cannot see it. You need a bona fide star to control the game. If we need a bucket, who I'm going to? We know the answer for the Thunder. Who's the answer for the Indiana Pacers? Mm-hmm. That's why it reminds me of a college team. Mm-hmm. This game, he played well. Okay, this time he played well. What? So all I'm saying is good luck tonight. And you talk about they don't lose back-to-backs, but they do lose game 3s.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Okay.
Yep. That's very true.
So all I'm saying, if they do win tonight, God, blesses the NBA followers out there for another extra game. That's all it is.
It'll be good.
We just delaying that championship.
They lose game 3s, but usually they don't lose the first 2 games of a series. So this would put them right back to where they've been in every series so far. Here's the other thing. OKC doesn't lose 2 games in a row.
That is another point.
Right?
They do not lose 2.
They generally
really
do
lose.
not lose. They have not in these playoffs, have not lost 2 games in a row. But what it would mean, first and foremost, and perhaps the most important thing, is that if Indiana wins tomorrow night, I don't know what I keep saying. Tonight is that Shady owes me and my homie dinner. That's what that would be the most important. And my homie would probably be my son, Matt, who has a linebacker's appetite. So we're going to get that done. But I would also say that if Indiana wins tonight, it does put them in the driver's seat to win this series. 1, you've got another game at home. 2, the percentages. I hear you. I would push back on the idea that, especially in today's NBA, that the college approach, the strength in numbers approach doesn't work. I think that we're more like that than we've ever been. Because let's face it, that's what OKC is. Yeah. The teams that have been able to succeed have been the teams that have depth and versatility. The teams that have moved forward. And when it comes to stars being the most important element to being able to advance, well, they knocked out the Milwaukee Bucks, who had a bona fide star. They knocked out the Cleveland Cavaliers, who some would say Donovan Mitchell, bona fide star. They knocked out the New York Knicks, who had Jalen Brunson, bona fide star. So the Indiana Pacers, to this point, are defying the idea that a team with a superstar, arguably the best, most consistent player, is the team that is going to win. And I'm with you, Shady, in terms of, would this be remarkable? This would be the most improbable, unlikely team to win a championship in quite some time.
Yeah.
But based on what the Pacers have done to this point, they have been unlikely all along the way. I'm not going to discount the possibility that they could keep the roll going.
Yeah, if they win Game 3, I have to start putting some respect on them because I don't respect the Pacers right now, and that's just keeping it a buck. You beat a Cavs team without two of their best players. Well, you start with the Milwaukee Bucks. You beat them without a Dame Lillard. Then you go and you beat the Cavs without two of their best players, Garland and Mobley. Mobley is out of the first two games. You win that series. Then you go beat the Knicks. You play well against the Knicks. And then you run into a Thunders team. I just don't respect them right now, especially respect them enough to beat OKC. But if they win this game, I'm going to have to start respecting them because you're up in the finals 2-1 with another game at the crib, and you're possibly going to get another game at the crib. I got to start putting some respect on them.
Real quick, I just want to know why you
because of kind of your take, the college team, they don't really have a bona fide superstar that could take over a basketball game. And I just think what I've watched these first two games is so lopsided. And we can talk about the game winner and all, but the series has been so lopsided. I see one team on this level and I see another team on this level by just the way they've been playing basketball. So that's why it's extremely hard for me, even with them going home, confident to say they're going to win this game. I think they're going to get smoked again tonight. I do. I think this is a double-digit win by the OKC.
Even though does this every other game. Incredibly well said. Hey, a lot is at stake in the game tonight, but a lot's at stake for Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin joining forces. Rodgers hasn't won a playoff game since 2021. Tomlin hasn't won a playoff game since 2016. So who has more at stake this season? Is it Tomlin or is it quarterback? That's next. Aaron Rodgers with the Steelers now. Y'all know that, though. It's been the talk for the last 4 days in the sports world. But his decision to come to Pittsburgh was predicated upon one person with two names, Mike Tomlin. Rodgers joining Tomlin, a team that hasn't won a playoff game since 2016. James Jones, more at stake for this upcoming season. Is it the head coach, Mike Tomlin, or is it his quarterback, Aaron Rodgers?
It's Aaron, man, without a doubt, more at stake. Aaron Rodgers is the key to helping Tomlin. Tomlin has shown you it doesn't matter who my quarterback is to get to the playoffs. I could get to the playoffs. I could have winning seasons. I could show you that I'm a good coach. But when I get into the playoffs and I got to play elite quarterback after elite quarterback after elite quarterback, I can't get that done. So now you got Aaron Rodgers in the building. Aaron Rodgers has to be the guy that's going to help you get that done. If you do not play well, if Aaron Rodgers does not ball, you're not getting through the likes of Patrick Mahomes. If Joe Burrow's in the playoffs, Lamar Jackson, C.J. Stroud, you're not getting through those dudes every single week. You're not. So more at stake is Aaron Rodgers. Tomlin has proven in this league that he's a heck of a coach with whoever he trots out there at quarterback, and he's shown us that he can win games in any way, whether it's defense, whether it's special teams, whatever it may be. He's shown us that. Now you have Aaron Rodgers in the building. I believe if the Steelers are going to be good and be competitive, especially when the playoffs come around, Aaron Rodgers is going to have to be playing at a very high level. I think he has more at stake for sure.
Who in the building decided ultimately to sign Aaron Rodgers?
Had to be the coach.
Mike Tomlin.
I would say so.
So if you decide to sign Aaron Rodgers,
you think he's going to help you?
And you had your pick, yeah, and he helps you. How is it not Mike Tomlin? Mike Tomlin, without a doubt, in my opinion, has more stake. He handpicked, now he was the third option, reportedly, but you chose Aaron Rodgers. You chose not to go with those new guys. You chose not to pick Shedeur Sanders in the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh round, or anyone else. So if you're the guy choosing the quarterback and the quarterback doesn't deliver, whose fault is it? It is your fault. So that's why you have more at stake. Now, with Aaron Rodgers, you can go and ride off into the sunset regardless of how the season ends. You're walking into the Hall of Fame first ballot, regardless. Same with Mike Tomlin.
Exactly.
No, same with Mike Tomlin. He won a Super Bowl. But I'm just afraid that if Tomlin doesn't win a playoff game since 2016, they're not going to fire him. But we're going to have the conversation. Is it time to move on? What are they going to do about the quarterback situation? They got 12 draft picks next year. When are you going to finally get rid of this quarterback situation? You haven't fixed it since Big Ben. It's just going to be a consistent and constant stream of questions. Whereas Aaron Rodgers, we might not ever hear from him again. So Mike Tomlin's got to sit up there next year and answer if if Rodgers doesn't make it?
Yeah, for me, it's Mike Tomlin. It's Mike Tomlin because Mike Tomlin is the surgeon, the Steelers are the patient, and Aaron Rodgers is a Band-Aid. And the Steelers desperately need surgery. They need surgery at the quarterback position, and you believed you were just going to slap a little Band-Aid on the situation and hope that it was going to work. No, you need to fix this long term. Aaron Rodgers, he's here for a year, hopefully maybe 2. Mike Tomlin, he's here for the long haul, more than likely until he no longer wants to be the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tomlin is trying to remedy a situation with Aaron Rodgers that completely needs a total overhaul. If Rodgers plays well, the Steelers go to the playoffs, maybe win, maybe lose, but you still need your quarterback of the future, of which Mike Tomlin just continues to kick that ball down the field. I think Tomlin has more at stake. I think Tomlin's under more pressure. It's all to me about Mike Tomlin this year.
It's Mike Tomlin, but not for the reasons that y'all might think. It's more of like, okay, so when a team plays bad, either the head coach gets some of the blame or the quarterback. That's how it normally works, right? And I'm just thinking, like, right now with this roster, most teams wouldn't even make the playoffs. But Tomlin's such a good coach that they probably will. But I think Aaron Rodgers, at this point in his career, are we really holding him to any standards?
I am.
You get what I'm saying? Like as much as we talk about Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he's 41 years old. He's retired and came back, retired, came back. Right? It took so much time to get to this point where he did sign with the Steelers. And then he's married now. It's like, he's not even the same guy, for real. I'm being serious. Like, I think we should really enjoy Aaron. That's why he has no real pressure, so it has to be Tomlin. Yeah. It's a question out of 2 people. Nope. But real quick with Aaron Rodgers, because I think his name is so big, we talk about him, but why should we be so big on him, though? Because if you take his name away, the last couple of years, he don't go to the playoffs. They don't even win in games. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think we make it like this shouldn't even be a real block if it's Tomlin or Rodgers, but his name is so big, we got to talk about it. Last year for the Jets, James said he played well. I don't know. He won 5 games.
He played well.
You get what I'm saying? No other quarterback we would talk about that. We won't say how well you played when you won 5 games. Joe Burrow had almost 6,000 yards. Played great. But we don't consider that like a really good year because, you played well stats-wise, but you didn't make the playoffs. And I think as Aaron Rodgers' name is so big, we, miss all that. So it had to be Tomlin just because, Aaron, we can't hold him to any real standard.
Yeah, we got to go to break.
His legacy is legacy. That's what I'm talking that real talk.
We got to go to break, but y'all tripping.
The combination of Tomlin and Rodgers will be epic, but not as epic as the sporting event that captures the eyes of the entire world, the whole globe. We are 1 year away from the World Cup's beginning. America hosting the World Cup for the first time in the last 30 years, and nobody better to break it down than our very own Rob Stone. That's next with the story.
I'm American, baby. I act and I show it.
Hey, 1 year from today, the biggest FIFA World Cup ever comes to North America, and the countdown starts with a 1 year to go party live from Miami. Friday, 8 Eastern, 7 Central. It is on Fox. Why am I not going? Live from Miami? Hey, I can tell you this. I am elated to be joined by the one and only Rob Stone. This is a man that is a host extraordinaire, absolute media savant, I would suggest, one of the greatest in the business right now. Stone, you know what's going on.
Yeah, keep talking. Keep talking. I'll just sit back.
Let's talk all things World Cup.
By the way, how many times have you used that soccer ball as a prop?
This is the first, actually. I don't know where we found it at, but it works. Stone, 1 year away. Yeah. I think the World Cup is the most epic sporting event in the globe. We talk about NBA Finals. We talk about Super Bowls. Those are great. Those are amazing. The World Cup, I've been in Nigeria during the World Cup and seen people watching the World Cup from a village hut of Nigeria and teams and people and individuals yelling and screaming. First off, let's start with America. How should Americans feel being 1 year away going into the World Cup? How should we feel right now?
They probably feel like the New York Knicks in their pursuit of a head coach right now. It's not going great as of late. Yesterday, they fell at home to Switzerland 4-0. They were down 4-0 after 36 minutes, their 4th straight loss. I'm a glass half full guy. I think you are as well.
Yes, sir.
And particularly when it comes around U.S. soccer, I am upbeat. I am enthused. I'm energetic. I'm at a bit of a low point right now that I have been for maybe since 2018 when the U.S. failed to qualify for the World Cup. But there's opportunity, and I love opportunity no matter the sport. And there's an opportunity for the U.S. men's national team for a bunch of young players and young talent this summer, and it really starts this weekend with the Gold Cup, to make a roster and to be part of a generational opportunity for these athletes. To be a part of a World Cup is something special. That goes on your resume forever. But to play in a World Cup in your home country and to have that type of environment around you. I mean, we talk about home field advantage, right? There's home field advantage when you're down in Austin, and that's legit, right?
Yeah.
There is home field advantage when you are the host country of a World Cup.
Do me
Nothing
this favor. Educate the viewer as you educate me. You said something off camera. I want to bring the viewer into one of the most fascinating things you said about all this. 2018, America doesn't qualify. Because we are the host country for the first time since 1994, 30 years, we automatically qualify. Is that a good thing or a bad thing in the sense that by automatic qualification, you told me we don't have to go through the same rigors?
So the good thing is, we're in the World Cup, right? So most would say, yeah, I'll take that free pass any day, just like Mexico and Canada get as co-hosts. I, however, and I think the U.S. brass would say, and you know this as well, iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
There is nothing like World Cup qualification. Games that matter in hostile environments. You find out really who these players are. And because the U.S. is automatically qualified as a co-host, they're in, and they don't get those games. So their games are more just games, right? They need these environments. They need these tournaments. They needed Copa America last summer. They need the Gold Cup, which starts for the U.S. on Sunday on Fox. They desperately need these type of games to give them a chance to go up against, like, Kylian Mbappe and Lamine Yamal, who still has his braces on, by the way, and Lionel Messi, who keeps getting letters from, AARP, and he throws them in the mail, and it doesn't matter. The U.S., Christian Pulisic, these guys need this next year, 1 year out, to grow and grow fast.
I don't want to scurry over that name. We'll get to the superstars momentarily, but if there was one American I need to know and start researching right now, it's Christian Pulisic.
Yep.
Why? Who is he? How good is he? Give me a comparison in football terms and basketball terms and college football terms. Like, who is this man that I need to know about?
Okay, that's a good one. Came from Pennsylvania, athletic family, was seen and nurtured as an early age as a talent that can stand out and be a difference maker. Did not go collegiately. Obviously, we know that in soccer, that's not the norm. Or I'm sorry, that is the norm. The Landon Donovans, the DeMarcus Beasleys, they didn't go through college. And he went pro right away, and went to big name programs, whether it was Chelsea or where he is right now with AC Milan. You wear that 10 jersey, that's funny. Messi's got the 10. Oh, Mbappe over there has got the 10, right? That means you're something in soccer, right? That's the number 12, the quarterback, right? You are number 10. That means things are focused around you. That means you need to elevate everybody. He's wearing that 10. He's not with the U.S. this summer.
Why not?
So he and the Federation made a conscious decision that taking this summer off would be better for him and for the program to succeed next summer. Here's why. International soccer is unlike anything we experience. I understand the rigors, the week in, week out rigors of NFL and college football. These guys are playing 40, 50-ish types of games a year for club and country. Club is your paycheck. AC Milan is putting food on the table for Christian Pulisic. They own him, more or less, right? Before it used to be country was before club. I'm seeing a shift right now where the focus on so many of these players is on club over country, and sometimes the country becomes a bit of an inconvenience, and that sickens me, sickens a lot of other people. I understand Christian Pulisic's camp saying, I want my body to be at its best. I want my brain and body to be at its best next summer when it matters the most. Get it, 100%. The counterpoint is this country, this nation, this team needs that 10 right now, needs that armband right now, because we are not in a good place. And we're only 1 year out from not just a World Cup, but a World Cup on home soil.
Lamine Yamal, Mbappe, Messi.
Ronaldo. Keep saying Ronaldo, by the way. He's 40, but look what he did last weekend.
Messi, last World Cup, Mbappe, they go off head-to-head.
Yeah.
Messi, he gets it. I believe that was his first World Cup, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Lamine Yamal, he's the 17-year-old sensation, a complete star of a nation. Is it his turn? Is it his time for Spain?
He's already won the Euros, right? He did that last summer. So much conversation is around him, and I think people are fascinated by his age. And I'm fascinated not only by his age, but you're young when you have braces on still, right? Like, hey, go cover the kid in braces. Like, what are you talking about? I would love to cover the kid in braces. He's that good. He's that good where he's arguably named number one when you're taking on the Spanish national team, and on the whiteboard in the locker room, you're like, this guy does things. He's confident. not cocky. He's confident, particularly for his age. He is smooth. He is fast. He's comfortable on this stage. He's not overwhelmed by going up against a France. He's not overwhelmed going up against a Portugal and Cristiano Ronaldo like he did over the weekend.
Let me ask you this question. Obviously, you're in a show that dialogues a lot about sports, and we hold people's feet to the fire. Who would benefit the most from a World Cup victory? Just give me of the four behind you, of these four gentlemen behind you, and add Ronaldo, who would benefit the most, and why?
Messi's already had it, right? He's had his moment. He's going to have another moment or two next summer. I would say Pulisic has the chance to make the most of it because if you're looking at those names and those countries, they're soccer countries. You know, France, Portugal, Spain, Argentina, they've got it. They've built their infrastructure. America's not there. We thought we would be further along than we were when we hosted the World Cup in 1994. When I was taking my then girlfriend, now wife, to a game in the Citrus Bowl and saying, hey, come down to the World Cup. Come see what this thing is about. And she had a blast, and I'd like to think that helped her say yes eventually at some point down the road. I thought American soccer would be further along on the field and off the field than it is right now. We have 1 year to change that, and I think this 1 year is going to be mammoth and epic, and it's going to grow. And to steal a line from the great Miley Cyrus, it is going to be a party in the USA next summer.
No better way to end the conversation than with the little Miley Cyrus. That's the one and only Rob Stone. You can catch him hosting literally everything here on Fox. Hey, when we return, Game 3 of the NBA Finals, it is tonight. So which player will decide the pivotal matchup? That is next.
Where do I need to take the soccer ball to?
Wherever we got it
Whose
from.
is this? Whose is this? Shady?
Is here, Game 3. You already know what it is. I'm sure you've set your schedules. If you haven't, grab your loved ones, gather around the TV, 5:30 PST, and lock in. NBA Finals. It all comes down to this. 81% chance that you win the NBA Finals if you win the game tonight. Rick, I am starting with you. Of all the players that will take court today, and there will be more than any other matchup because these teams roll about 9-10 players deep, what's the one player that decides Game 3?
I am going to go a little inside basketball here. Andrew Nembhard of the Indiana Pacers.
I like it.
Show me the full screen right away, because this is really sells it. When he wins his matchup, but this is the plus-minus in the playoffs. When he is a plus, they win. And when he is a minus, they lose. And it's not even close. Every single game that they've won, he's been a plus. Every single game that they've lost, he's been a minus. And in these first two games in the playoffs, game 1, plus 11. Game 2, minus 17. Don't look at the box score overall for him. He's the second best defensive player on the perimeter behind Aaron Nesmith. And I would say that he's the second playmaker behind Tyrese Haliburton, often has the ball in his hands, even when Haliburton is on the floor. When he is effective in those two roles and winning his matchups, they are a completely different team.
I like that answer a lot. Let me go a little inside basketball as well then. I want to say Alex Caruso. If you're the Pacers, you got to find a way to get him off the floor and keep him off the floor because when he's on the floor, he's entirely too effective. Shady talked about Caruso earlier. If you've been watching this game, he can defend bigs. How? Yeah. He's a point guard who can defend Pascal Siakam. They put him on the Joker in series prior. How can he defend bigs? But he can. Furthermore, if y'all remember, Alex Caruso had 20 points last game, more than any Indiana Pacers player. You have to find a way to get Alex Caruso off the floor, keep him off the floor. He is the only Oklahoma City Thunder player that has any finals experience. He has a finals win with the Lakers. He is the secret weapon, I believe, to the Thunder team. You already know what Shea's going to do. But if Caruso gives you 20, Pacers, you have no chance. You have no hope. You have to find a way to get him off the floor, keep him off the floor. Alex Caruso, I think he is the secret sauce to this game.
Can't get him off the floor.
Right. And you guys went deep into the NBA. I'm going deep into all sports. I'm going with the best player on the court. I'm going with the best player on the field. I'm going with the MVP of the league. I'm going with the guy in the finals averaging 36 points a game because all the role players don't matter if the star player don't get off first. Caruso ain't just scoring 20 points, just give me the ball. No, it's getting him a line, open shots, wide open shots, right? Playing within the scene, the system. And I know SGA, for him being that good, nothing happens if the best player on the court don't play the best player on the court. Simple as that.
Hey, Shay out there, y'all seen White Men Can't Jump. This is too easy.
You know, though.
This is too easy. Oh, man. So you said 2 Indiana Pacers players without saying one. First is Pascal, now is My man.
Nembhard.
Yep.
Nembhard. Gosh, Leash. Okay, we still ain't got Haliburton yet. For me, it's J-Dub. You on the road.
J-Dub.
I mean, as a Pacers team, you got the MVP Shea that's getting a bucket whenever he want, and he don't even need a towel in the timeouts because he's not sweating. You can't just let him walk down here and get easy buckets. Force somebody else to beat you.
Yeah.
And if that other person is, then that means your second best player on the OKC got to show up. If they gonna win this game tonight, I think J-Dub's gonna have a big night, especially on the road. It's gonna be live in there. Energy's up for the Pacers. He gonna have to show up and make some buckets.
Incredibly well said. Hey, when we return, it's already time for a Blitz Meeting. Who's the biggest threat to the Chiefs in the AFC West? That and so much more. What a show we have had. NBA Finals tonight. Y'all better lock in. It's about to be a game. A game. Let's get to a Blitz meeting. The Broncos, they added running back J.K. Dobbins. Got him away from the Chargers after he was with the Chargers last year. But Denver is trying to challenge the Chiefs in the AFC West, as is everybody. Shady, of all the teams in the AFC West, you got the Raiders, you got the Chargers, you got the Broncos. Who's the biggest threat to the Chiefs?
Listen, man. What we got? The whole NFL is trying to stop the Chiefs. Nobody's talking about the AFC West. Nobody. They won that thing 9 times. When I was over there, we won the division. And I'm used to, like, you don't put the hat on. We going, everybody's so excited.
I used to just win it.
Dog, I swear to God, everything I love. I watched Mahomes and Travis Kelce was like, yeah, man, hey, good job, way to win it. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, y'all don't care? They used to it. They won it 9 times. Behave yourself. In a row.
The only team I'm gonna say the Chargers, in large part because Harbaugh's second year with the Niners took that team to the Super Bowl. His first year with the Niners took that team to a championship game. His first year with the Chargers, he took his team to the playoffs. Imagine what he'll do in his second year. Harbaugh's really got his identity on this Chargers team. Got Mekhi Becton from the Eagles. Offensive line is stout. First round pick at tackle. First round pick at the other tackle. First round pick at guard. First round pick at running back. First round pick at quarterback. Harbaugh has what he needs.
What times did he get last year?
That's nice.
None.
Ofer.
I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos play them the best. Missed field goal, whatever. Made the playoffs last year. The one thing that you have to have to stop Patrick Mahomes, the defense. They go out, they sign Dre Greenlaw, they Funga.
Yep.
They're already the 3rd-ranked defense in the NFL. Along with Bo Nix, second season, they're the best threat.
How much have they beat them last year?
I think they beat him once without Patty, right? Yeah, I think they beat him when Win started.
And they should. And they should have beat him with a blocked field goal.
Hey, this is about to be funny because we got none.
I will tackle. I swear to God. Yo, I will tackle right now. We say the Raiders.
We got none, and then we got a reach, and then we got another reach, and then we got the Raiders, another reach.
Yo, come on, yo. No, this not serious. This not serious. It's not serious, yo. It's not serious, yo. I'm done, yo. It's not serious.
Hey, my reach is just as good as they reach.
No, it's not.
My man is 2 and 7 versus Patty.
Can you do what I need you to do, Coleman? Can you do what I need you to do?
This is crazy, bro.
Can you do what I need you to do, bro?
Come on, yo.
Oh my God! So we got a team that won it 9 times in a row, and y'all think that y'all team this is the answer?
It's better. At least our team made the playoffs.
Yo, y'all are something else.
Playoffs.
Let's move on. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he may have shut down all trade rumors. Remember, people were saying Giannis might go to the Rockets, might go to the Lakers, might go to the Suns, so many teams. But Giannis said, quote, his hope is to be back with the Bucks very soon. Shady, you love or hate Giannis' recommitment to Milwaukee?
Yeah.
James ain't right.
Run up on me, dog. Run up on me.
Wide out to the tight end overnight.
Over here. Run up on me.
James knows the tight end for Aaron Rodgers.
You gotta know how to tackle, bro. You gotta know how to tackle.
I hate it. Listen, that's your boy, right? You love Giannis? He gotta get out of there, man. Because if he don't get out of there, he's gonna be a waste of talent.
No.
I'm telling you though, bro. I'm tired of seeing great players play with bad franchises and bad coaches.
I'm torn on this because I've said Giannis should leave. I'll say I love it. European players, they're not the type of players that try to run from the grind. They're not the type of players that try to run from the commitment. And Giannis will go out to Antetokounmpo. He's not the type to try to run from it.
Yo, you always saying shots at American. Are you American, dog?
He do.
You already said it. Little shots.
He
You
do.
know,
He
international
do.
players, we don't want them to grow. What?
Them American players be switching up and different teams and getting. You ain't gotta say it. You ain't gotta say it.
You got one more time, and I'm taking your brother card.
I didn't say that.
I'm taking your brother card. You got one more. And I won't be saying you a brother. I'm just saying you macho. Huh?
I can't have two passports.
No.
Yeah, but you gotta choose one though.
The blue, the white.
Blue, the white, and the red.
That's right. Red, white, blue. That's right.
I love it.
France is, hold on, France is red, white, and blue too.
But
But France is red, white.
Come on, man.
But France is red, white, and blue
Trying to
too.
be respectful.
France is red, white, and blue. France is red. I'm just saying.
France ain't us. They not us.
Shady was just celebrating Cinco de Mayo. So how we gonna now talk about the island?
celebrate
He was
it.
just celebrating.
Celebrate it, but he's American.
He was just celebrating it though.
No, I'm
100% red, white, and blue.
I'm an African American. You know that. The way I walk, the way I talk. Ain't no guessing that. Hello?
Just drinking a margarita.
All right, brother.
Last night you just had a margarita.
All right.
You can have a margarita. And he might have one tonight. It's all good.
We gonna move on or not? 'Cause you know
What you got, James?
I'll show you some brother in a
I
little bit.
love it,
You know what I mean?
man. Stay in the East. Stay in the East. I
Stay
love
easy
it.
on. Stay home.
You know what I mean? Do what you're gonna do over there.
Jay-Z on in a minute.
I'll tell you what.
Hey, let's move. Devontae Adams, he signed with the Rams. Hey, which one of the big name wide receivers on a new team is in the best situation? Real quick, Tupac.
It was tough. I'm gonna go with I said Devontae, but I'm gonna go with DK Metcalf and Aaron Rodgers.
Debo Samuel.
Devontae, man. He's got Matthew Stafford. He's got the best quarterback.
Everybody has a special year with number 8, number 12. DK.
Everybody, that's not
red,
true.
white,
Everybody?
blue.
That's not
Every
true.
Oasis, red, white, and blue.
Yeah, look it up.
What else is red, white, and blue?
Look it up, sir.